So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Go to Antique Obsessions for the hottest in jewelry, antiques, repurposed, solid sterling silver, one of a kind, handmade by Bruce and Jaja. Go to our Facebook, which is Antique Obsessions, or you can go to Etsy.com and go to Antique Obsessions, one word, or type it into your Google and find us there. Thanks.
Tribal, primitive, rustic, Burning Man, punk rock. Conceptual subculture for the edgiest, most cutting-edge designs of jewelry today. Go to Etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture, or one word, either by going to Google or search Etsy, ETSY.com, and type in one word, conceptual subculture. You will find the hottest designs using natural stones with wire wrap rings, rough, raw, genuine, semi-precious gemstone jewelry, solid sterling silver, copper, leather, orgonite, bracelets, pendants, chokers, men's copper cups with sterling accents, eco-friendly, repurposed, original, one-of-a-kind design earrings. Support MBN by going to Conceptual Subculture on Etsy.
Warning, everything I say is fucking crazy and should not be reinterpreted or reenacted because you will be either shot or NDAA'd. Warning.
Guess who finally decided to play ball against these Marxist bastards? And you'll never guess who I picked to have on my team. The death of the NBA and the NFL committing suicide is next.
So depressed. I don't know what to do. Hey, go for it, man. It's easy for you to say you got the promotion. Look, it'll come, all right? Just don't worry about it.
The feeling is definitely there. It's a new morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone. We have faith in our leaders.
About to incite a riot. Make some noise, break up the silence. Scream and shout, no being quiet. Spread the facts until you buy it. Come to my den, I got toys for torture. We drink the blood fresh just to stay immortals. We bring a thug fest, calling all New Yorkers. And keep a bayonet for the future slaughters. Take your bets, the players make them offers. Heads or tails, your life is on a quarter. All the king's men tally up their horses. Forging ahead with a secret missile launching. Off to Georgia and start to cross the borders. In my bedroom, I'm making all the orders. If you come, you won't make it till morning. Get the picture, maybe kinda sort of. Ski mask, check. Extra filter, check. Scissors, check. Duct tape, check. H2O, check. Ammo, check. Ropes, check. Receiver, check. You're gonna get it, turn in your weapons. I'm under pressure, don't you forget it. You're gonna get it, turn in your weapons. I'm under pressure, don't you forget it. I got the right moves, I know what you do. You know I love you, but I'll still sue you. Don't take your questions onto a guru. I'll keep you guessing and give you two screws. Don't try to stop me, you cannot block me. I do not see my fucking partner.
All the weenies and wusses and NFL pussies are crying. So Trump must have ESP because he seriously saw the NFL jumping the shark. And boy, did they pull a Fonzie. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. It is September 29th, 2017. And you don't need me to tell you how retarded basketball players are. I mean, they're all really retarded. I mean, they sound like they have a bunch of marbles in their mouths. Can't even speak. They're a bunch of Riris. They're retarded. Just listen to them right here. I mean, really? Trump supporters are uneducated? Or was uneducated? Really? Really? Sounds like he's trying to give us lessons in Ebonics. Here we go. Listen to this.
Steve Eschbrenner, NBA.com. You live and work in a state in which the majority of voters voted for the current president, many of whom probably had valid reasons beyond his Twitter account or his social graces. How do you reconcile having called that choice a mistake, that many of those people are also Cavaliers fans?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. At the end of the day, like I said, you can. I don't think a lot of people was educated.
Where's LeBron James? I signed my contracts, my grossly overpaid contracts with Crayola. That's the NBA's official pen of choice when signing their contracts. They're freaking retarded. So I had enough, folks. I tweeted to these basketball players that they're not gods and that they're retarded. And I got blocked from Twitter for 11 hours because they are gods, right? According to Mark Fuckface and the Twitter idiots, you can't say anything to these people, right? Because you're harassing them. You can't tell LeBron James that Kobe Bryant is better than him because he'll have you blocked from Twitter. Not because of your opinion, but because you might be a Trump supporter, right? It's just unbelievable. Anyway, I have a co-host with the Mo-host. She doesn't have a mohawk, but she has all that and then some. Where is she? You hear the little sexy feet walking over.
Yeah, it's Yom Kippur, okay? What do you want? I'm like trying to pray like a Jew.
Just don't burn the house down, please.
You're supposed to be fasting tonight.
Yeah, but instead I went out and I had a whole bunch of fried chicken.
That's okay. It didn't get
fried
dark
chicken,
yet.
man.
You can have like the night before the fast. I mean, that's what you do. You have like a feast, and then you fast all day tomorrow.
I'm a bucket of chicken, man, just like Trump.
You didn't eat that much. So then you just had a little piece of chicken, and then tomorrow you just don't eat. Gets dark, don't eat after dark, and then then you could be forgiven in this religion for all your sins.
Yeah. Sins, schmins. Anyway, what about the dude that came to play basketball with me?
Alex Jones?
I got a dude to play basketball with me. He just like a pickup game. It was Alex Jones.
That's amazing. He finally, after all these years of you crying about him, beefing about him.
You're making me sound like a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying you complained and bitched about him.
Well, here are the things. Okay, they didn't want to have me on InfoWars because I might say three things. I might say Stratford, I might say Bill Hicks, and I might say Flat Earth.
Oh, wait, and you might say Nazi, Carlton Brunner.
Well, you might say that because you have all these theories and doppelgangers. But, I'm just the facts, man. Like that Dragnet show, okay?
Yeah, you might have said too much.
Yeah, but they had me on this time because I decided to play ball. So he finally came along to play some basketball with me. He had a game of pickup with me, and we literally, dunked right in LeBron James' face. He was just like, bah, take that, you son of a bitch.
I mean, LeBron James had no right to lie, because that's what he did. He lied about you to Twitter to say you were harassing. I don't see where 2 tweets is a fucking harassment.
He must be right, because I called him retarded. And if you heard that last sound clip I played of him, it proves he was retarded. Yeah. So I was making fun of a retard.
So maybe he's like autistic, a little bit slow, and like is an insult to his intellectualism.
These people sign their grossly overpaid contracts with Crayolas, with crayons.
These guys are totally military prototypes of shit. You know, they're like mock-up humans. They weren't given a brain. They were given some.
Trump supporters are uneducated. What a dunderhead. All these idiots are just a bunch of dunderheads. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of the Pittsburgh Kneelers. I'm sick of the San Francisco Fairies. I'm sick of the Green Bay Fudge Packers. And here's the thing. How do you know if your kid's going to grow up to be gay? You go in his room and he's got a whole bunch of Green Bay Packers, like, you know, a pillowcase and a bed casing. And here's another thing. How do you know if your kid's going to grow up to be a fucking criminal? He's got Raider stuff everywhere, right? The fucking National Felons League. The National Fools League. Really. Nobody gives a shit about what these overpaid dumbass idiots have to say. You know what? If we send a reporter out there, any dumbass reporter out there, excuse me, mister, what are you protesting about? I don't know. Meanwhile, they're holding their freaking CAT scan x-rays and their concussion.
People don't really have a brain.
They're out of it.
They just go along to get along, and they just follow everything that they follow the leader. Whoever their leader is at the moment, they follow him. And it's so stupid because if you're going to make idiot, like really dumb, ugly motherfuckers that really were bred, born, and have jobs that are brainless and don't have any thinking credentials at all, then that's your fault. You picked a wrong role model.
Yeah. Anyway, Ben Garrison was totally spot on when he did this cartoon of all the NFL teams. San Francisco Pinky Night. It's like, oh my God. The Indianapolis Colts are the Indianapolis Ingrates. Sitting on the flag with their huge contract. Pittsburgh Kneelers. That one's funny. The Denver Virtue Signalers. Oh, my goodness. The Carolina Concussions. They got a picture of Hello Kitty on their helmet, on their oversized helmet. And they're kicking a flat ball because they don't want to get hurt. And then you got the Cleveland Reds. They're not the Cleveland Browns anymore. The Cleveland freaking Commies. And Seattle Snowflakes. Tennessee Tantrums. I mean, is that not funny? That is freaking hysterical. But, I mean, there you see this Marxist culture war has devoured the NFL. I mean, they have committed suicide. They took a gun and they put it to the side of their heads and they blew their freaking brains out.
Yeah, I never was a fan of football. I think it's so fucking homo. I mean, I don't have anything against gay people. I have a lot of gay friends and I love gay people. But for me to watch, you know what it is? I'm a girl, so I never really got into that sport. And to see men in tights jumping on top of each other, it's fucking corny. I always thought it was fucking corny.
Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, the NBA, the NFL, you're so right. It's just a bunch of fucking gay frogs jumping up and down the court. Gay frogs on the lily pad, tackling each other. You're a bunch of gay frogs. And they're criminals, too.
And the NFL are just like oversized, freaky giants. And they're a bunch of fucking idiots in shorts. They're always hanging out with each other, you know, and in locker rooms and shit. Like, fuck.
These ingrates, seriously, okay? Ugh. Who's paying for everything, okay? Now, they're such pussies now that the stadiums, they're going to have a stadium. The new stadiums, they're going to rename them, like, Maxi Tampon Stadium. Because they're such snowflakes, they're such pussies, okay? And who's paying? They're like spitting in the American people's face. Well, we spit right back, and now they're all locking arms. And, oh, please forgive us because our jerseys aren't selling anymore. Who's paying for their stadiums? The American taxpayer is paying for everything. They pay for the stupid stinky bowl, that satanic fuck fest. They pay for it all.
Those weenies should not even have a mention in any politics. They're not born, as I'm trying to say, they're not born with a brain. They are born for entertainment. Back in the Roman times when they had stadiums, were those gladiators? Did they have any say in Julius Caesar's fucking politics?
Oh no, you're totally right. You're totally right. Oh my God, you're so right. Oh my God, you're so right. Back in the day, the Roman times, they had the Roman bread and circus. Today, we have the NFL. It's so right. You're so spot. You hear that, LeBron James? She was educated. Look, we didn't even have to vote for Trump because anybody that's voting is already like an idiot because, I mean, I don't listen to commies, but Stalin said whoever counts the vote is the one that votes. So really, your vote, you have no vote, okay?
Right.
You're just a big dumbass if you're believing in the bipartisan big government establishment.
That they even counted your vote in the first place.
You know, you said that they have no brain. You know who else has no brain? Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton has no brain because now she's going on the MSLSD and she's saying, oh, isn't it quite telling? Donald Trump is attacking black athletes. Oh my God, he's attacking black athletes. Let me tell you something, you fucking wretched wench. You bitch. Let me tell you something, okay? I didn't forget that you called black people super predators. She called blacks super predators. And then she went in front of a whole bunch of black people and she started mocking. I don't feel nowhere tired, my Alabama niggas. I like me hot sauce on my fried chicken too.
And some key tacos for dessert.
Oh, you really want to get me pissed, right? I mean, she really wants to get me pissed. Anyway, talk about not having a brain. Donald Trump's really, really attacking black athletes. No, he's not attacking black athletes. Okay, actually, Donald Trump has a beef with the NFL, a long time standing beef, because the NFL basically took out his USFL. You know, Vince McMahon and him, I think, had like a football team, a football league trying to rival the NFL.
Oh. So
he's got beef with the NFL. They're trying to say, oh, you still mad about that USFL, dog? Why you mad, bro? He's not mad. He's not mad, NFL. You are like killing yourselves. You put the shotgun in your mouth just like Kurt Cobain did, so the Illuminati says. But you're doing that, metaphorically speaking, and you're blowing your fucking brains out, NFL. And you know what? I think Trump should bring back the USFL because they would stand for the anthem. And it's just classy, okay? There's American people going out there to pay to see you perform because you're basically like that Broadway monkey, okay? With that Italian guy, you know, he's on the corner and he's got like the Broadway monkey with him and he's like doing a tune and the monkey's dancing to it. Well, that's what they are. And we're the ones playing the fucking tune, okay? We're the band and you dance to the band and you gotta pay the band to dance. You hear me, NFL? I'm so sick of these bastards. But anyway, you know who I brought on board to play ball with me, right? Alex Jones. I was like Kobe Bryant, like passing the ball to like Alex Jones, a.k.a. Shaq, and he like elevated over all these idiots and like totally slam dunk on their face.
You've been listening to him for how many years?
I don't know. I remember when 9/11 happened. I think I remember when he was on the internet. He was investigating Bohemian Grove. I don't know. It seems like I've been watching this dude forever.
Yeah, it was your first time.
Wasn't he a comedian too? I mean, I was watching his comedy back in the day too, like in the 90s. I mean, right? But
nobody remembers that guy.
Yeah, no, they just remember Alejandro. Anyway, here's me on Alejandro Jones' show. That's right, motherfuckers. Won't you eat your heart out?
They understand that he's part of Black Lives Matter. He's part of the Antifa people. He's like these people who are protesting after the election. He never even registered to vote in his entire life. And yet, he's doing this. It's a loser grandstanding who's a racist. Yeah. He hates his black parents. He's a Marxist. It's all Marxist garbage with his wife controlling him. Thank you, Ryan. Bruce in Arizona, you're on the air with David Knight. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex. Big fan. The only touchdowns that matter in this Marxist-Leninist day of age is the sons of God that are touching down from the book of Genesis. Those are the only touchdowns I care about. But anyway, I wanted to call you and let you know I'm a small-time talk radio show host on Spreaker, and I tweeted to @King James. I tweeted, more like King Retard, Kobe was better than you, and I got blocked from Twitter for 11 hours. Now, if they can do this to me, they can do this to you and anybody.
No, that's true. There's massive censorship where they act like there's freedom. Imagine somebody jumping in on your phone line because you're arguing with your cousin saying you can't do that. Or when you're trying to type now, you can't type certain words. It won't let you on your iPhone. It's control. It's AI suppression. That's right.
That's right.
Go ahead.
11 hours, Alex. 11 hours just because King James, this guy that thinks he's a god, or he has the audacity to call himself King James. You believe this guy? I mean, he graduated from high school with like a 2.8. I mean, just a total reread. You know, trying to say that...
He calls Trump supporters uneducated.
With Twitter. LeBron James, he's bullying people. If he can bully me on Twitter, he can bully you. They blocked me for 11 hours, Alex. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Well, King James is only supposed to get positive stuff, and King Zuckerberg, wants him to only have positive responses. So why don't you learn to worship King James? Why don't you bow down to LeBron James right now?
I don't think so, no. And Kobe's a piece of trash, too. They're teaming up
It's disgusting. I'm done with it all. Bruce, I'm out of time. David Knight's coming in the next 30 minutes.
That's right. You hear that? I was literally hanging out with the Vince McMahon of fucking conspiracy talk radio. Seriously. Look at craziness. I mean, hanging out with, calling in, and it's totally right. This attack on the American people, from the NFL, from the NBA, these scumbags, and Jerry Jones going out there. You're supposed to have the Cowboys are supposed to be America's team, but they went out there and they said, "Fuck you, America, fuck you." And now look at this story right here. Look at this; it just keeps getting more deranged. Day in and day out, you have the First Lady, Melania Trump, being attacked because she donated some Dr. Seuss books. They're saying, oh, those books that the First Lady donated were racist. Really? Dr. Seuss is racist? Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe this librarian bitch grew up listening to the same Dr. Seuss I did. I don't know. You want to hear racist? I'll play you some fucking racist, you dumbass librarian. Listen to this.
I just don't understand why my son can't read.
These days, it's getting harder and harder for teachers to reach some children.
All he does is sit there and listen to rap music.
So, in keeping with the times, Big Pimp Mac Daddy Books presents Dr. Seuss's Books from the Hood.
One bitch, two bitch, dead bitch, blue bitch.
All the classics translated into a more understandable composition with titles such as The Cat in the Backwards Baseball Hat, Horton Here's a Hoe, and How the Bitch Stole Christmas.
I ain't down with green eggs or the man. I ain't down with them, Sam I am.
Do you want to have a party?
Dr. Seuss's Books from the Hood.
Well, son, what do you want to read next? There's a 40 in my pocket or Cop on Pop.
Call 1 Fox and Detox to order today. That's the number 1, Fox and Detox, today.
I remember hearing a version of that on iGhetto back in the day. It was a funny ass freaking website. They had like Mr. T, Captain Tupac and shit. Anyway, I want to ask Jaja because, she's like a rapper and stuff. I want to get into like some rap stuff. I want to ask her if she thinks that Dr. Seuss is racist. Really? I never heard of those Dr. Seuss books. I don't think the bitch that stole Christmas and red bitch, blue bitch, red fish, blue bitch are actual Dr. Seuss books. So Dr. Seuss isn't racist, is it?
Well, I mean, unless the cat on the hat was black.
Well, he's the cat with the backwards baseball hat.
And he was black, you know what I'm saying? And he wasn't so whack, and he had a little bonnets.
And he had a fat stack of some cash. Yeah, whatever. We're not rapping. We're talking about if Dr. Seuss is racist. No, it isn't. There's nothing racist about Dr. Seuss. I taught my kid how to read with Dr. Seuss.
Hop on pop. Yeah, don't stop. I mean, what? It sounds like
a little pornographic here.
Well, in honor of the motherfucking stupid fucking Hugh gross sperm smegma fucking bacteria spreader.
Oh my goodness, you believe that? Hugh Hefner, she's talking about Hugh Hefner. Rest in peace, Hugh Hefner.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Hugh Hefner.
I hope the worms eat your brains out.
Do you want to get bitch slapped on there? I'm trying to talk here. Rest in peace, Hugh Hefner again, 3 times. And thanks for all the monkey spanking memories.
Oh, yes. Yeah, great. My uncle, I heard, went to his house, hung out with him all the time, and I heard he raped a girl there, too. So, whatever, I don't really give a fuck about these
That place must have been like a giant, just like...
parasite.
Fucking sperm wad. That's what it was, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. If you go back to ancient Egypt, all the whores and the sluts would have little rabbit ears. They would have little bunny ears. If you go back to ancient Egypt and you type in the concubines of ancient Egypt, I guarantee you will see Egyptian ladies with depictions of the women with the bunny ears. That is why Playboy was so successful, because they're part of the Illuminati. All the corporate symbolisms they were given that symbol to pay homage to the Illuminati sex parties that originated in Egypt.
And yesterday we went down to get some milk, and I guess the NSA knew we were gonna get some milk, and they decided to haunt us. And
why is it that they always bother us when we go out to get milk?
Yeah, it was really fucking stupid. And I saw these bitches, and they were wearing nothing, really. They were like wearing skin tight.
They're trying to get me in trouble. They're trying to get El Gran Montalvo, the great machismo, the grand fucking omega of alpha omegas, to like look at this like skinny little chicken leg bitch. But if you see
flatboard, they look like they're
she had no tits.
15.
She had no tits,
like
and I'm not looking at that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking to get some milk. Wait, what happened?
So I walked in. They totally were targeted because the three girls, two were together and one was separated, but they were within. And they immediately, all of them, started looking at me and walking in on me, no matter which way they started to like cave in and angle in. They were like, all of them were looking at me, no matter what we did. And I don't know if you felt that they were looking at you, but they were fucking looking at me. I was like, let's get the fuck away from these creeps. And one girl just like tried to skid by. She like purposefully had to get in our way. So as she passed, she was wearing really nothing, and I wear really skin tight shorts, but I didn't wear them last night, but she wore them, but they were gross. I mean, they didn't even look I guess if she was wearing a bathing suit, but it was gross. So she walked past us, it looked like a girdle, and I said, and I never say this shit to people over here in Tucson because they're usually really nice people, but I felt like invaded. So I said to her, if she was close enough to me to hear what I had to say, then she was too fucking close. So I said to this
She was too close to me.
Yeah, and I said to her, I said, oh, what are you trying out for, Playboy? And lo and behold, Bruce and I walk outside, and motherfucking, there was a huge Playboy van. Huge! I mean, it had a big bunny on it. After he just posted...
The Playboy bunny.
The Playboy bunny.
After you told some bitch, hey... why you standing so close to my man with those skimpy-ass booty shorts? Hey, yo, what are you trying out for, Playboy? And then I laughed, and I said, no, I'm trying out for Playgirl. And then they walked away, and then we walk out after we buy the milk, and then we're going towards our truck, and then I look, like, parked right next to us, technically, is this giant Playboy van.
It was you.
After you just called some chick out about Playboy. No, and Hugh Hefner, the boner king, is dead. So seriously, all boners are flying at like half mast today.
Yeah, and my uncle was friends with you. I bet my uncle cried for him.
He was kind of classy compared to like the Larry Flint, who was actually showing you like dick going in pussy, and then he had to put like a star like on the cock. So Larry Flint was like gross.
My uncle tried to hook me up with him too.
Because your uncle's a dirty, skeevy pig.
Yeah.
Uncle, what is the guy? The naked guy.
I don't want to talk about him.
Naked guy.
Don't talk about his name. I already said that. I already just said one of his. Shut up! I already said some shit about something I shouldn't have, so don't mention.
Speaking of people who say shit, that's enough of your police academy uncle. Speaking of people who say shit, it seems that every time Michelle Obama opens her mouth, or Michael Obama, or Obama, or whatever it calls itself or wants to call itself, it's just spewing a whole bunch of shit. I mean, seriously, that guy, well, he's better for me. Oh, women who voted against Clinton voted against women.
You know what?
What the fuck?
That is
I'm sick of this wild baboon with these big ass fucking bananas dangling in her fucking pants. I mean, I thought we got rid of them. God damn it. They keep coming back and coming back. It's like out of Night of the Living Dead. They just keep coming back.
If you're black you have to vote for a black, otherwise you're whack, right?
No. Michelle Obama is a fucking idiot.
And if you're a woman, you have to vote for Hillary Clinton because you're a woman. And if you're a Latino, you'll have to vote for Sonia Sotomayor. You know, whoever was Latina fucking president. This is retarded. That is ultimately race wars. That's why the men will always win. White men will win that way. If you fucking idiots want to subjectify and categorize everybody else into some kind of plebeian fucking category, I'm sorry, but you cannot divide me by my sex, my sexuality, my color, my religion. I really don't give a fuck with your damn fucking conglomerate categories that you're trying to have me be part of. You know, and it's like, stop equating me with your
what do you expect?
Fucking labels.
What do you expect from fake news? In Candid Remarks Wednesday, former First Lady / man Michael Obama said women. This man has the audacity to complain about women. I mean, you're a man, bro. We seen your dick.
Yo, what about that?
Okay, she said women who voted for Republican nominee Donald Trump over Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton went against the authentic voice. What authentic voice? What authentic fucking voice? The authentic voice of child rape and Pizzagate and Podesta and all this shit?
Well, Barack Obama's real father is Frank Marshall Davis, who is a total, known pedophile.
Pornographer.
He admits it. His own... And this is Frank Marshall Davis. He wrote this book called Sex Rebel, and he admits it's a biography, an autobiography of his own life and his own experience, fucking boys and fucking little girls. Okay, and it's written as an autobiography. What does that tell you? That's a confession. Speaking of Yom Kippur, that is a motherfucking confession. Now, Barack Obama.
You hear that, Barack Obama? You must confess your sins and the sins of your father and the fact that you paid $65,000 for hot dogs and FBI dossier says that that's code name for fucking little boys! They fuck little boys.
Yeah.
In underground dregs in Washington, D.C., and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. And it seems that there's not a goddamn thing Trump can do about it because he'll probably have his ass whacked if he tries.
The problem with...
And this goes back all the way to Roman times when Roman senators would each be designated their own little boy to take to the bathhouse with them.
The problem with Congress in Virginia is that Virginia is for lovers and Congress means sex. So, that's the problem. And everything is a fucking deviant. And all these people are, I
want to root for Trump. Okay, I like flip-flop with Trump. This is like the show flip-flops with Trump more than any other show. But seriously, I tell it like it is, too. Okay, Trump, it seems to me like he's colluding with the deep state. I mean, you want to play ball? Really? It's like baseball, okay? Because look at this whole Obamacare thing, okay? It's like strike fucking 3, it's out. They couldn't repeal it. They keep not being able to repeal Obamacare.
It doesn't matter. You don't get it. That's for...
Obamacare seems to be... Shut the hell up. Obamacare seems to be the law of the land. Okay, can you let me finish,
You don't understand Obamacare. You don't. When Trump came in, excuse me.
Obamacare is. Excuse me, I'm on the mic here. Obamacare is putting a gun to my face and telling me I have to pay something. What do you mean I don't understand Obamacare?
No, they don't. Right, and Trump came in and said you don't owe. If you don't
want
to
be Obamacare is still the law of the land. It's strike 3. They keep swinging. They keep trying to fucking hit it out of the park, and they're not doing it. Do you understand? If there's shit to talk about, that's the shit you got to talk about. Because it's strike 3, and guess what? Trump has been striking out when it comes to repealing Obamacare.
You can get your own insurance. What are you talking about? This is crazy. Bruce, you don't understand insurance enough to be on the subject. This is what they do is that they tell you that Obamacare, and meanwhile Trump already lifted the stipulations. So you won't get fined if you don't buy into their fucking Trump care, their Obamacare. You understand? Trump said you don't want Obamacare, then we don't give a fuck. And you know what? I think there are more. I hear it all the time. There's all kinds of weird insurances that pop up. So you could have an insurance policy that has nothing to do with this government. So you don't have to take it. Before that, they were like, they got into some weird taxation. And if you didn't have it, they would still fine you with your taxes.
I don't know. It seems to me like it's one big mind fuck, and you need to stop farting over my microphone. You see, you come over and you fart on my microphone.
Yeah.
And you're farting. If you're doing it again, you're farting for Obamacare. So I don't know. I need like a bitch slap button sometimes
Bruce,
for you.
it's not so cut and dry like it was with Obama anymore. And this is just kind of a ruse. While we're all bitching and complaining that it wasn't repealed, it was not. You do not want the state to have any policy at all. That's what it should be. By him saying you don't have to take it from us is saying it's repealed. He already lifted the fine. You don't have to take it. You can buy your own insurance. But everybody wants to go. Listen, I just finished reading about Puerto Rico. For years, they've been.
Now we got to transition into Puerto Rico, okay? Because it seems that this whole NFL thing is Trump's using it also to kind of like, oh, don't look over here, look over here, and now they got all these Puerto Ricans acting like they're Americans, and everybody's forgetting about Houston.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really give a fuck about Puerto Ricans. Yeah, I feel bad, but what's going on with Houston? But now everybody's like, oh my God, Puerto Rico. No, oh my God, what's going on with Houston too?
Okay, now you're going to let me talk about Puerto Rico, okay? So
Mike's right there.
Right. So Puerto Rico has been voting for years whether they want to be a state, a territory, be part of the country, or be independent. They never could figure it out, and they're always fighting for the wrong thing. Meanwhile, every president, Barack, Clinton, they all got involved. Woodrow Wilson, all of them. For years and years and years, they keep asking. But meanwhile, they kind of like put it on. They could never figure it out. So it's really a territory. You see, it's a territory, but they don't. Those people don't follow the same constitutional rights because that's a property, all right? And they never agreed to be part of the United States, and we never agreed to take them. We've actually had bonds based on their own existence that have substantiated certain states. I think Maryland or something has like all these bonds that were based on Puerto Rico. And these people are really dumb. They really keep them in the dark. It's amazing.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody's as dumb as if they're as dumb as the NFL players. Nobody's as dumb as them.
Yeah, Bruce. But I'm talking about Puerto Rico, and you're breaking my flow here because it's very complicated. Okay.
Yeah, Puerto Rico's fucked. They're destroyed. There is no more Puerto Rico. How is it so complicated?
It's complicated because they're a territory, but the people are Americans. Okay, so they are citizens.
So are the people in Houston, and nobody's talking about Houston at all anymore.
All right, so all I wanted to say before I leave your show, because it's your show right now, is that these people were begged out. Okay, they could never make a decision, and they kept lying. And meanwhile, they kept owing dependency, and now the country is literally underwater.
Relax. Look, relax. Take a chill pill.
I don't want to be told to shut up. Goodbye.
Oh, okay, but you do want to fart on my mic and raise hell on my show. That's what she does. I need a. Excuse me. Whoa! It's like that train that hit Hurricane fucking Irma. You heard that sound? That's what Jaja sounds like, right? Anyway. Oh, hear that? That's what it sounds like on this show, doesn't it? That's what this show becomes. I go toe to toe, right? We go toe to toe. We throw punches in this fucking show. But you know who's still standing. Anyway, first round topics. We have ISIS releases alleged al-Baghdadi tape as shadowy leader appears to again escape death. This guy's like the new fucking Osama bin Laden, al-Baghdadi. Al-Macdaddy, right? They should make a fucking Dr. Seuss about that guy. Anyway, he keeps escaping. They kill him and then they don't kill him. The Mossad helps him and then they don't help him. Whatever. Al-Baghdadi, he's back. He's the new boogeyman. South Park politically South Park destroys politically correct left in new episodes. Yeah, they're getting funnier. Saw this episode where everybody's so obsessed with Trump's tweets that they're like running over little kids and killing a whole bunch of little kids with like cars because they're all going ape shit because Trump's tweeting. So Trump's tweets are getting a whole bunch of kids killed. Speaking of tweets, Twitter removed about 200 Russian accounts that targeted Facebook users during the election. Oh my god, Vladimir Putin is such a bad guy. Oh my goodness. No, he's not. I totally agree with Steven Seagal. You know that dude? He was like an action dude, like Jean-Claude Van Damme, but then he got really fucking fat. So then, you know, he couldn't snap necks as fast as he used to because he was so fat. He was out of breath before like the snap. So anyway, Steven Seagal, you know, the neck snapping fat dude. I agree with him because anybody that thinks that Russia had anything to do with our election is stupid. It's just very plain and simple, just meat and potatoes. It's stupid. And Russia is our partner. So I don't need to play the clip. I think Steven Seagal's eating like a sandwich during the interview, and he's just like, blah, 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 you're stupid. So that's all you got to know. I agree with Steven Seagal and his neck snapping. There's Steven Seagal, who was granted Russian citizenship by President Vladimir Putin. See, I'm trying to get my Russian up to par. Vladimir Putin. You gotta say pew, like pew. Someone farted. Anyway, it says anyone who believes Moscow fixed the United States 2016 election is stupid. You're a stupido. That's right. So those are some first round topics we got going on here. Otto Warmbier's parents describe North Korean torture. Otto Warmbier. It sounds like a Total Crisis actor name. That guy is probably like still alive playing ping pong somewhere, like Tom Hanks or something. Anyway, Cuomo accuses Trump of fomenting racial tension. No, that was the black guy that did that. So just blame the black guy, Baracko black guy, or half black guy. He's like an albino milk dud. Baracko, Berrio, Frank Marshall, Davis Sunno. But yeah, this guy Cuomo, this guy's a real fucking weirdo. This guy on CNN, Cuomo, thinks he's so tough. I'll kick his ass in a minute, but especially because he's advocating for trannies to show off their schlongs in front of little girls in bathrooms. He actually said that. He said, if you think that a tranny going into a woman's bathroom is, if you're against that, then you're a bigot. If you don't like that, you're a bigot. That's what this guy Cuomo said. I mean, CNN's full of fucking tranny lovers and weirdos and all these fucking assholes. All these bastards. Really sick of it. I'm sick of it all. I mean, all these dumbasses in the NFL, I mean, like kneeling before their masters. It's like they're kneeling, like Darth Vader kneeling before Emperor Palpatine. He's like, what is thy bidding, my master? That's what they're doing. The National fucking Losers League, and they're all a bunch of double-crossing bastards, double-crossing the American fans, putting their hands over their chest for God save the goddamn Queen. I mean, really? It's just fucking incredible here. See how low we've fallen. The players of today, I mean, they're nowhere near as good as the players from back in the day. Like basketball in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. It's done. It's over. They're too concerned with politics now and being social justice warriors that they're not playing the game anymore. So, yeah, and if you criticize their sacred cows on Twitter, you'll get blocked, you'll get banned, you'll get suspended for 11 hours. You don't even think about criticizing King James. Oh, no, you gotta bow down to the king. Yeah, right. Right. But, it's just a depraved world. I mean, you saw on September 11th this year. Nobody gave a damn. They gave a damn for like 2 seconds about what happened 16 years ago. But what dominated Google was sex bots and freaking sex robots on, just look it up, September 11th, there was like freaking hundreds of articles about how man is going into, you know, a new age and we're becoming androgynous now. That's what the New World Order wants. They want to remove, that's what this whole transgender, gender bender thing is. They want to kill off humanity. They want to have us become a whole bunch of fucking eunuchs. They want us to become a whole bunch of eunuchs. And, I mean, there's no way. I mean, they're going to have to bring a eugenics team to cut off my schlong. I mean, I'm not... They had their chance a long time ago. They didn't do it. But I don't know. I'm kind of like one-child policy now. Anyway, Jaja, come back. Come on. Well, why else do I do a podcast? To talk by myself? She got so mad for no reason. Didn't you have things to say about Puerto Rico? Yeah. I'm sorry. I told my wife to shut up. Come on, why don't you come back to the podcast? Stop being an ass face. Okay, you can call me blubber titties if you want to. Just come back because I got some shit to say to you. Okay, I'm doing a top 10, the top 10 list here, and you know we need your input because I mean you're on the show, right? Yeah, you are. But any minute I can just fucking fire you. Yeah. Anyway, did you know that Taco Bell is launching a fashion line?
Yeah, they're gonna have squirrel lips all on the shirt.
They're gonna have squirrel lip like collars on their sweaters, right?
Yeah.
No, they don't have squirrel lip sweaters or accessories. They have squirrel lips in their meat.
Squirrel lip tacos.
Oh my god! You know, I liked eating Taco Supremes until I heard some asshole say that they're putting squirrel lips in the meat.
I believe that.
Oh my! It kind of looks like squirrel lips.
I don't know. I can't stand. I tasted that once when we were driving across America. I was like, you eat that? That's money. We spent money on that. Oh, please, Bruce. Oh God.
I don't get anything else at Taco Bell except the Taco Supremes.
Oh yeah.
You know the logo on Taco Bell kind of looks like a reptilian eye.
How do you know they're
looks
not?
Like the Egyptian eye of Horus.
How do you know they're not squirrels' feet?
Oh my God! Or squirrel balls.
Yeah.
Well, they're putting everything in squirrel balls in the Taco Bell meat.
How do you know? You know, people really sell those Rocky oysters, those Rocky Mountain oysters, bull's balls.
Bull's balls.
Yeah, and they eat them. So I mean, maybe they do. They give like maybe to Carl's Jr. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who's getting the fucking balls.
You know what they used to put into the Franks back in the day, right? Like in like the 30s and
what?
shit.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't want to know.
I know
what
intestines.
They would put into the freaking hot dog meat.
What else? What they put?
Oh my goodness. We don't have enough time to go through all the atrocities that the hot dog industry went through. They're putting in their hot dogs and discussing everything from like chicken butts to chicken gizzards to chicken eyeballs. I mean, what else?
Oh, that's gross. I know that Liquid Chick.
Oh yeah, look, you know what they do? That is the most horrific thing ever in the world. They grab literally the baby chicken. And there's like a freaking like blender. There's like and they literally grind them into a blender. The whole
thing, brains and all.
Alive. They slam them into something that's like the shredder. They throw them into like a little shredder hole, and there they go. They shredding little baby chickens. That's your delicious chicken nugget.
Oh yeah. Liquid Chick.
Liquid Chick.
Look it up.
That's probably what the astronauts are fucking eating in space, supposedly. Deep space. Believe this shit?
10 feet below the Earth.
Yeah. Meanwhile, NASA, you heard me say that they want to make people androgynous, right? Yeah, they don't want to have male or female. Now NASA wants a sex ban. Did you hear about that? Oh yeah.
The Nazis want a sex ban?
The Nazis want to go to not deep space, but interspace. Because that's all we really have is like a small amount of space. Right? They think they could blast off. I don't know if they can. Probably. I don't know. I'm not a Nazi at NASA. But from what we know, I mean, they can't just blast off into oblivion. But if they do, it's going to be two dicks and no bitch, and they're gonna find themselves in serious shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rapping to you. I mean, I'm really trying to like, you know, rap to you and stuff.
Yeah, let's stop looking at that.
Anyway,
Dr. Seuss is not fucking racist. All right, it's like stupid. All right, they were like green Grinches.
You know what?
Mean bitches. They had green Grinches.
Right, we covered that, but you know what is even more stupid? Rappers trying to prove that the Earth is flat
I don't think it's...
with satellites. This guy's raising like over $200,000 as rapper B.O.B. And I'm not disagreeing with him that the Earth is flat. I just think he's a Flat Earth Society shill.
Well,
just like Shaq, just like that other basketball player, what was his name? Kyrie Irving. And then
it doesn't matter.
The Rams football player that said the dinosaurs are fake. They're all being used by the Flat Earth Society.
But I said they were fake first before anybody. Okay.
Anyway, but you're right. You're the original rapper trying to prove that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
I didn't know any other rappers that were talking about flat Earth
I said
until you came around.
dinosaurs is not fucking real. That was before any YouTuber was saying it. All right. There was like
any erectile dysfunction or
I
whatever's out there.
I looked everywhere, and I tried to get information to back me up, to collaborate, so I could feel a little bit more empowered and thoughtful on my analysis. And my analysis, due to my experience, of thinking about art and the Bible and history and knowing the Masons, I put two and two together. I said, I don't think the motherfucking dinosaurs is real.
They're lying to me.
And then I went digging and I found the first dinosaur was the Victorian age, and we were making jewelry that we find brushes and mirrors from the Victorian age. I'm like, oh, was that short a time period ago? I mean, I have medals as old as the first dinosaurs. Like, they certainly had enough art techniques back then. So it was based purely on my knowledge of composites and jewelry and how they can, and sculptural techniques and stuff like that, what they can do to replicate, and plastering and breaking down. Sometimes I see these yak bones that they pulverize and reconstitute and remold. I'm like, what difference is it? You know what I'm saying? They could just mix up any fucking animals, mix it up in a blender and pulverize it and reconstitute it.
Well, that's exactly what they do. They take old dog bone, they take old cat bone, and they grind it up together and make it look aged, and they pass it off as T-Rex. I mean, the word dinosauria is from the 1800s.
They'll take elephant bones and hippopotamus bones, yak bone, all kinds of bone, whatever, deer, whatever they can find, mix it all together. So
anyway, I just think it's really retarded that a rapper wants to prove that the Earth is flat with a satellite. Because, I mean, we know that... You talk about people getting you off your train of thought here. Oh, my goodness. I was saying, a satellite... Flat Earthers don't believe that we got a whole bunch of satellites orbiting our firmament, yo. So, I mean, that's rule number one, B.O.B.
Right.
Yo, they didn't tell you what was up. Anyway, I think it's all a farce. You got to watch out for some of these guys. They're right out of the Flat Earth Society, and they're working with Shaq.
By doing that, they'll try to make you look like an idiot. But
exactly.
At the same time, he's still bringing
Then they come out and they say, oh my God, I was just trolling all along.
Okay. But Bruce, it doesn't matter. There's so many factual videos on YouTube that once a person...
Yeah, they can't stop the truth. They can't. There's no way they can stop the truth.
Right, so once he gets anybody to raise an eyebrow, it'll be up to the individual to decide whether to take the medicine or fucking take the remedy.
Oh, you mean take the blue pill or the red pill? Anyway, yeah. I was talking about Trump care again and how it's never going to happen. And one of the reasons is this yellow tooth fuck McCain, who is like a brain tumor. Uncle Sam has a brain tumor, and it's called John McCain. They got to take it out of Uncle Sam, out of America's fucking head, because it's killing us. And then Blonde Paul, the son of Ron Paul, or RuPaul. That's right, Blonde Paul, and all these other fucking Republicans in name only, big-nosed rhinos, with blonde hairdos, and that's why it didn't happen. Rand Paul to Trump. I won't be bribed or bullied into signing pressure GOP lawmakers via Twitter. He's not helping out. Blonde Paul didn't want to help out. You said you saw him walking around and he looked sweet.
Oh, I don't know what I saw. It was like a freaking 5-second clip of him walking, and it was too weird.
Rand Paul.
Rand Paul.
Oh, he's weird. Did you know that he kidnapped a girl when he was in college at Baylor University? He was part of a secret society called the Nose Brotherhood, and they kidnapped a girl and they forced this girl to smoke weed to an effigy called Aqua Buddha.
Sounds like Burning Man. I don't know what they did.
Yeah, he was a crazy dude. They called him Randy back in the day, but there you see, he's probably still smoking the Aqua Buddha. Because, why else would you not, try to help Trump get rid of that stinking Obamacare? 100%. Really, look at this headline here. U.S. Special Forces and hardware spotted at ISIS positions north of Deir ez-Zor, Russian MOD. The Russians caught the Americans giving ISIS a whole bunch of equipment. They caught the Americans red-handed. Unbelievable. So it says here, unstoppable. North Korea. U.S. bombers are preparing to do a dry run for a nuclear attack on North Korea. That's a show that's on InfoWars. I spoke with Alex Jones. That's the title of the show I was on. And they're getting ready to nuke North Korea, doing drills supposedly. And it's September 29th. You see Puerto Rico's gone, devastated. If you wanted to go to Puerto Rico, forget about it. All these other Caribbean islands are devastated. The south of Florida got rocked. Houston, we have Americans. Bless you. We have Americans in... Wow. We have Americans sneezing, but we have Americans in Houston floating out to sea. Just dying. Floating out to fucking sea. When you're not dropping dishes, you're sneezing. You are the general pain in my ass on air, but I love you. Really. What made you sneeze? What's in the air that's making you sneeze? Barium, aluminum, all of that's in the air. And you see Jaja in the background. You hear her. You don't see her, but you hear her sneezing. It's because of this toxic environment we live in today. And like I'm trying to say, look, the part of that toxic environment, that barium, aluminum, these chemtrail bombs that they're nuking us with daily, and these weather weapons and these weather control machines and weapons that the military-industrial complex possesses. It's apocalyptic. And we're not out of September yet. It's still September 29th. And this whole month has been serious, disaster mode, has it not?
Yeah, it's been really hard for us, our business and stuff. It's just
there's people dying. Look, there's almost 900 earthquakes that have been recorded at the Yellowstone supervolcano. Nobody talks about that. California is still a ticking time bomb. It could drop into the ocean any minute, and we could have oceanfront property. Nibiru technically did show up. It took a couple of years, but Puerto Rico's finished.
Don't you think it's weird that the Puerto Ricans, they're actually are American citizens, but when they're in Puerto Rico, they don't have that land is not. It's like a territory, so they're like a foreigner. They're like a foreigner in a territory that we own, because that territory is never resolved, has not been resolved. The only way it's been resolved is through banknotes that were banked out and purposefully, and I don't know, but they have never figured it out. And during all the intermittent 100 years, they never figured out how to be their own. They needed America for their sustenance.
Here's the thing.
And
Puerto Rico, it doesn't matter how much Viagra they make or sugar they push, they're never going to be able to get a hard-on ever again. They're dead.
Well,
they're eunuchs now. They cut their balls off. There is no more Puerto Rico. They've been deballed by the New World Order and their weapon They're a massive weapon machine.
They always in the past, in the 100 years ago when they were first gotten, they came in after the Spanish War, American War. They were trying so hard for, to gain an identity.
Their main exports are sugar, Viagra, and fucking Captain Morgan rum.
Right. But they didn't want, we always invaded them. It's really fucked up. It's funny. But we always invaded them, but always friendly, and they always got agreed. So, and then they kind of said, well, they invaded us, but it's not like we ever argued it. So we always lost, but we always just let them. So they let themselves be owned.
Anyway, you know what's going to happen, right?
And they used to scream listen to this. The whole gist of it is that in the end, they're the ones screaming for occupation. They're screaming for FEMA to come and help them.
They're a bunch of lazy bastards, and in the end, you know where they're going to end up going to? They're going to end up going to New York. Forget about calling it New York. It's going to be Nuevo Puerto Rico.
I think they should all go to Alabama. Okay? Fuck Alabama.
No, they're going to New York.
They should go
because,
Arkansas and Alabama.
excuse me, they're going to New York, damn it, because people like Chuck Schumer are going to fucking send them there. Okay, they got all the banana boats going over there right now.
They can't afford New York. New York is that's so crazy because you can't afford New York. So if you're Puerto Rican and you're listening to this, just don't go to New York. It's just too fucking expensive. Go to Alabama. Go up. Florida's too expensive, so just go up and out. It's in North Carolina and Alabama. And that's it. But not New York. Fuck New York. New York, the taxes are crazy. The cost of living is obscene. I have friends paying $1,800 an apartment just a month. Forget about it. You can't own anything. Forget New York. Goodbye, New York.
Yeah, just like the sign when you're leaving Brooklyn says, forget about it. Okay, but forget about New York. I mean, it's probably going to turn into Nuevo Puerto Rico because Chuck Schumer's saying, hey, all of everybody in fucking New York, just show up right now and make a whole bunch of noise in New York. How about that? Just make a whole bunch of fucking noise in New York City.
They're going to live on the street?
Yeah. What's the difference? There's bums defecating everywhere in New York, and you know what? It's an epidemic of bums. It's happening everywhere. I mean, the bums are increasing no matter where you are. But New York, I mean, it's exponential. Every day, it's bum, 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 bum. I went into the supermarket yesterday. We talked about, the Playboy slut. But when we walked into the supermarket, there was this bum. I don't know how the hell they let him in there, but literally he had newspapers in between his butt cheeks, and he had a turd stuck to his foot. I mean, was it not disgusting? She's laughing because it was the smell was horrifying, and the sight was horrifying. It was really not a laughing matter.
It was disgusting. It was so.
Well, that's what's happening. I mean, especially in places like California. I mean, you got guys like Jerry Brown. They're
afraid.
They're like a fucking cat lady. Okay, like a crazed cat lady. That wants a million cats. All the cats that come in, and the cats are fighting each other, killing each other, shitting, ruining the entire house. But California doesn't care. They want all the cats in there. They're sick, dirty cat people.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't like cats. They're cute, but really, you're just gonna let all the stinking alley cats inside your home? That's what California is. A haven to all the sick, disgusting alley cats. From all over the fucking world, and ugly, deformed chihuahuas. Don't Mexican babies look like chihuahuas?
Some do. It's weird.
I can say that because I'm Latino and stuff.
Yeah.
I seriously think some fucking babies, Mexican babies, look like chihuahua dogs.
It's weird. They even have a state called Chihuahua.
Ay Chihuahua. Anyway, you want to talk about Ay Chihuahua? You know the anti-fags? But they're not anti-fag. They love fag. The Antifa, okay, the foot soldiers, they're planning a civil war to overthrow the government, on November 4th or something.
Okay. I hope they're taken out very much so.
Yeah, I want the National Guard to break their skulls open. I mean, it's time now. I mean, you don't want fascist Bruce Montalvo, but you know what? You're gonna get it. I hope. Did you see what they did to their own school? And they're beating up Trump supporters and just anybody wearing a red hat can get killed. No. It's gotta stop. Regardless, Trump's approval is popping up to a 45%. So in reality, it's probably like 54, 55, 65%. And South Korean banks are bracing for North Korean EMP. Apparently, they're shutting down all their banks, getting ready because Kim Jong-un is planning to friggin' nuke them over their skies and take out their whole grid. So, or whoever is running North Korea, whatever fat CIA guy in a fat suit is running North Korea. If you know who's running North Korea, email me and let me know. But just know that the CIA and the NSA is fucking tracking that Gmail email, and you know they know where you live. Anyway, moon base on Mars City. Wow, NASA wants moon base money. They just want money for anything, right? I mean, they're like out there doing shrooms and smoking hookah and just getting high in the sky and thinking about having moon bases, and they got all these weather weapons. Literally, it's like the military-industrial complex is right out of the Empire Star Wars. I mean, they're not going to be happy until they turn the fucking moon into the Death Star. And you know what? Did you ever realize that there's not a giant camera on the moon? Which is like a telltale sign that we have never been on the moon. Because if we had gone to the moon, we'd probably have a giant fucking camera monitoring everything we're doing up there by now. But there's no camera. There's no camera, so I don't think we went to the moon, folks. No, it's fake. Fakety fake. Anyway, Trump's holding a baseball bat and he's hitting back at the NFL. But he doesn't have to because, like I said earlier in the show, they blew their fucking brains out. They committed suicide because, you know, they're all a bunch of pansies. They're all a bunch of freaking pansies. And, yeah, Dr. Seuss is not racist. Dr. Seuss is not a racist book. So leave the First Lady alone, you fucking bastards. And, you know, they're just in love with the first tranny, Michelle Obama. I mean, I can't believe it. You know, this thing complaining about women when it's a man. It's a man. I mean, people want to call me a nutso. Oh, there's nutsos on YouTube that are questioning the First Lady's gender. First of all, she's not a lady. She's not a she. He is a dude with a schlong that's huge from what we've seen on, you know, camera and stuff. She's like walking out of some like apartment with Barrio and it's like flopping and it's like a big floppy donkey dick. That's what it looks like. Man. So she's giving it to Barry, you think? Is she giving it to Barry? Who do you think's the pitcher or who's the receiver? Barry looks like a receiver to me. He looks like he's on the receiving end of things. Anyway, folks, you've been listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. You can follow us on Twitter at Bruce Montalvo, at Jaja. Like us on Facebook at the Bruce Montalvo Show. And just type in Bruce Montalvo and like all the books that I'm going to write and all the other websites I have. Just like it all, damn it. Otherwise, you're not a real Bruce Montalvo fan. Alright, you're a poser. So stop posing and go out there and show me that you like my fucking show by clicking like on everything that has my fucking name on it. Okay? And that being said, I also have made in America products. Made in America with my own American hands. Because that's what's going to bring this country back. Making things in America with your own hands. That's how you're going to be able to beat out the Terminator and the coming AI apocalypse. Okay, you're going to be able to weather the storm because you're going to make things and not take things because that's what America's all about. So, you know, we have some stunning, glamorous, beautiful, one-of-a-kind jewelry. You can find it on Facebook at Conceptual Subculture, at Antique Obsession. And just feast your eyes upon some of the most beautiful jewelry you could ever find. And here's my wife, who I will not say shut up to unless she's talking about Hillary Clinton or cutting me off or farting on my mic. she makes great jewelry, folks. She designs this jewelry herself. She conceptualizes it, and then she gives it to me, the man, to manufacture, and then I give it back to her, and she, being the ship, ships it. So we're a business. That's where we got married. We started a business, and there's a whole bunch of perks that come with being business partners too. But I'm not gonna start talking because I don't want to make anybody pop a boner or anything like that.
Anyway, Bruce, yeah. So
anyway, where can they buy my jewelry?
We also have Antique Obsessions, which is...
Yeah.
He didn't really get into what we do, but if this is the first time you're hearing us, what...
jewelry. Buy it now.
Gorgeous, one-of-a-kind, pretty much one-of-a-kinds. I do repurposing of sterling silver and antique silver plates and some, whatever I can create with it, So... You can find some earrings with some natural rubies, and we don't have any rings going on in that store right now. Actually, the rings are really low, but everything else, earrings, bracelets, necklaces, we really kind of do a lot. But we're like totally bracelets. I mean, and so you can go to Etsy.com, or you can check us on eBay, or check us on Amazon. So... We're in 3 places.
We're totally about bracelets.
Yeah, so you could go to etsy.com/shop/antique obsessions, or you can go to Google, type in conceptual subculture, one word. It's really easy. Conceptual subculture, one word. You'll find us, and we're on Etsy. And then my main page, it'll flip into, it connects the two, so you'll see Antique Obsessions. Or once you're at the top and you'll have the URL, you just get rid of conceptual subculture and type in Antique Obsessions with the S. And you'll see the silver stuff. The conceptual subculture, we've been really doing a lot of orgone and natural and healing kind of stuff. But, some of it's very cool and brutalist and African and tribal and primitive a little bit. And kind of looks like Sumerian and what they would wear if they, back in the day, and what we've seen in museums. Bruce and I go to a lot of museums, and we like to look at the
when we're in New York, we went all over the place, the Met, the Brooklyn Museum, and we noticed the exhibits, the Egyptian exhibits, the ancient Mesopotamian, Sumerian exhibits, and that's what inspired us to make our line of jewelry some of the most beautiful jewelry made out of precious metals, everything from earrings, necklaces, bracelets, rings with precious stones, gemstones. I mean, we got it all, folks. You can follow us on Facebook. You go to Antique Obsessions, at Antique Obsessions, at Conceptual Subculture, and just go to Facebook, and the links are there to Etsy, to eBay, and you can help us out, help out the show by making a purchase.
Yeah, we have a 60 off right now, or 52 off. You should. Things move kind of quick, and I have a whole Orgonite. Fuck you, Carl, whatever your hell your name is.
Yeah, William Reich, you bastard.
Well, William Reich is dead, and then somebody owned the copyright to Orgonite, Or you can't say Orgone Generator, dude, and he's gonna fucking come after you and take your listing down. Meanwhile, everybody's stealing that word. Or is he gonna go after run after everybody with an axe? He's got people paying licensing fees, I find out on Etsy, just to use his fucking word. What a cornball.
What a douchebag.
Yeah, and all it is just, it's just an age-old crystal energy. Basically, it's really simple. It's have a crystal, and that's quartz crystal generates a watch, It's got energy. We should just acknowledge it. Yes, it does. And the copper, or whatever, or maybe brass too, that it moves it like electricity. You know what I'm saying? So that's what orgone is. And then if the crystal has a healing energy that resonates, maybe different types of Herkimer diamonds or rubies or sapphires, each one resonates at a different energy. Yeah, I gotta go.
What? I'm thinking something here. Wow, my co-host just left. Excuse me, folks. Excuse me. Co-host is on her period. I don't know. She was talking. Okay, great. We got jewelry, folks. You could buy it. She's not. Look, I got a snowflake on my own fucking show, right? Yeah, you're gonna act like a fucking snowflake. You're gonna have me punk you, right? I gotta punk this fucking rapper because she comes on my show and tries to punk me. She's not. Excuse me. I don't want to argue with you. I'm doing a show here. I got fans to worry about. I guess she's not. My wife and LeBron James are both being triggered. I triggered LeBron James by calling him a retard, and my co-host is acting like a retard too, just getting up and leaving. I don't know what the fuck that was about. And I'm trying to think of something here, and that's what I was thinking of how easily I trigger retarded people to just act retarded, because I'm like a trigger, folks. You see how I called LeBron James a retard. That triggered him to lie to Twitter about me and have me blocked from Twitter for 11 hours. And I'm telling you, look, the sport is getting so fucking boring. I'm not watching the NFL. I'm boycotting the NFL. Because if I go to my old Xbox and play Madden, the game that I'm going to play on Madden is much more exciting than any of the crap that I'm going to see on the NFL. Last time I checked, the Cowboys had Tony Romo. He was throwing like a fat girl. And colon crap on dick? Seriously? This fucking guy should be washing Joe Montana's car on demand. Seriously, Joe Montana should just be like, snap his fucking fingers, and colon craps on dick should just be there to like wash his car immediately. So let's get into my top 10 list that I stole from David Letterman. Rapper B.O.B. raising funds to check if Earth is flat. Rapper raising funds to see if Earth is flat. Stupid rappers. Really stupid. Let's see, I made a funny meme here. There's a bright future for criminals in the NFL. The National Felons League. It's this fucking Mexican with like his stupid ass face tattoo with all sorts of Raiders shit. Really? Yeah, I like Al Davis too, but I'm not gonna fucking tattoo Al Davis's dick onto my face like this fucking stupid Raiders fan here. Riri fans. I made another meme. The NBA pen of choice at Crayola when signing their grossly undeserved salary. Hashtag boycott NBA. You got LeBron James with a fucking dunce hat. Crayola, the official pen of LeBron James. Yeah, seriously, they're going to end up playing at like Maxi Tampon Stadium. I could see it now. Kyrie Irving admits he was trolling with his flat earth theory. That's what they all do. They're a bunch of trolls. Okay, yeah, they're opening the consciousness. Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're trolling. And they're just putting flat earth out there so that someone can call you an idiot for mentioning it. Okay? You see, talk show hosts and co-hosts, they can't even get along nowadays. One gets up and just walks out of the room because we're calling each other idiots. They got us all fighting with each other. And I don't believe any B.O.B. or any basketball dribbling idiot talking about flat earth. They're just using it to laugh at you. And they're part of a darker agenda. There's almost 900 earthquakes have been recorded at Yellowstone's supervolcano. The end of the world season hasn't stopped yet. Just because hurricane season is over doesn't mean the end of the world season isn't over. Russian scientists saying we're long overdue with the New Madrid fault line and the San Andreas fault line. Any minute, the tap dancing dumbasses in California could just fall into the pits of Hades, never to be heard from again. And I don't know, I'm not hoping for that, but nobody really needs California. Does America still need California? I don't think so. They're all a bunch of Marxist, Leninist fucks anyway. We don't need them, and we don't need the NFL. Okay, you know that football in ancient Mexico was called Toluca, like basketball or football. Anyway, they played to the death. Okay, they played to the death. These pussies are simulated combat. Okay? So they want to spit on the flag, and they want to spit on the military, But the military's real. You see people come back, and they're like the Bionic Man. They're like Darth Vader. They lost arms, they lost limbs, they lost legs. So they go out there, and they're not playing a game. The military, they're being used as pawns and being blown up every second by the military-industrial complex. And these players are spitting on them. They're spitting on veterans and the American people, and then show no respect. This is a Marxist cultural war that's taking place, and they're using the NFL to divide the American people. I mean, I saw some idiot, some fucking cashier. Everybody else is wearing the grocery store's uniform, but this idiot went in there with a jersey. Oh yeah, and he was black, by the way. Right? So no wonder, right? That guy. And then they let a guy walk in with shit all over his freaking shoes. They already got a cashier that's literally a walking turd. So what difference does it make, right? No, but that's the thing, NFL. You're shooting yourselves right in the face by doing this, and you're not being supported anymore. Okay? The players, they don't stick around forever. They don't last forever. They break a leg, or they're expendable. They get replaced. And they have a draft every season, bringing in new talent, new players. Okay? So players, they don't stay around forever. The fans stay around forever. And the NFL right now is like a dog with its tail between its legs. Okay, they're a bunch of little bitches, and I mean this is Trump's revenge for the USFL. He's getting back at him. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Trump should just restart his old football league. Now here's another thing. Before we go, Kim Jong-un, I figured out whatever replicant or DARPA clone or fat guy that the CIA put in place, fat clone. Kim Jong-un just wants to use a hydrogen bomb, they keep saying, on the U.S., right? I'm thinking maybe it's because he thinks that all Americans are parasites. It's probably what he's thinking. Kim Jong-un is like fed up with America, or whatever reptilian is there in his place. I mean, how many Kim Jong-un body doubles do they have? I mean, even CNN even shows you pictures with like 8 Kim Jong-uns, but they don't think that you know that those are body doubles, so they just show you the picture because you're like as retarded as LeBron James, they think. So they show you the picture right to your face of Kim Jong-un standing there talking to his body double, and you still are in denial that he has body doubles. How do you know that's the real Kim Jong-un out there? But whatever, the CIA more than likely, with the boogeyman, the puppet, the evil puppet they call Kim Jong-un. He wants to use a hydrogen bomb because you're a fucking parasite. You're an American parasite. No, but Jaja read something interesting about using hydrogen to kill parasitic infection. So, that was pretty interesting. And before she stormed out of here. She said she was going to get mad and call me blubber titties, but since my chest is like a rippling chest, you can't really call me that. Anyway, Jaja, why don't you come back here? I'm sitting here, and you know you want to come back, okay? Stop trying to slap and really train wreck this show and just come back and talk. I think you've talked like 2 minutes. And you just keep trying to start a fight. My fans are going to be fed up with you eventually. They're going to request me to fire you.
They want us to fight because that's all you want to do is fight.
I'm not fighting with you. You're fighting with me. I'm just trying to do a talk radio show program here.
You want to be a wrestler. You want to be a boxer. That's all you want to do is wrestle and box and punch people out. And
meanwhile, I'm sitting here doing a talk radio show. And I'm doing none of what you're saying. I could just,
like an announcer.
I can kick people's asses. Yes,
like a sports
can.
Announcer.
Doesn't mean I'm out there like Dan Bidandi dropping fucking bionic elbows on people. Okay, he's dropping elbows. I'm not. At least not yet.
If he's driving while being distracted, okay?
Anyway, just closing comments on these pinko commie pussies in the NFL. Aren't they a bunch of overpaid little bitches?
I think they're a distraction, and that we should be paying attention to American citizens that are being hurt, like in Puerto Rico. Texas and Puerto Rico.
Houston.
And And I think that was just a ruse, again, to take you off the track and not to care. And now you're supposed to care again. And these people are dying, actually. I've been saying that for like a week now, and nobody really seems to care. But
they don't care because Obama put out LeBron James, a Muslim Brotherhood operative, and Colin Kaepernick, who's dating a Muslim freaking Brotherhood girlfriend, and all these Muslim Brotherhood fucking black guys to go out there, narcissists on steroids, okay, who have everything given to them. I mean, they even have white foster parents, and they're going out saying that these white foster parents that allowed them to even get into the NFL in the first place, then they go out and they say, fuck white America and black power fist.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's focusing on irrelevancy.
I mean, could you imagine if sports did this back in the day when we were fighting the Nazis? If they're like, we love the Reich, Sieg Heil.
Yeah. Well, like I was trying to say is that Puerto Rico is, all the rich people left Puerto Rico when it really collapsed. So they knew. They were already given the heads up. So the people that were remaining there were just kind of in the dark. And
they were the herd that was to be culled.
Yeah, and Puerto Rico, you gotta be crazy to live there because come to think of it, like what Vieques, and now learning about what our physical relationship is with Puerto Rico as Americans, they being a territory and an experimental one at that. We are doing all kinds of tests on these people like lab rats. They're like, begging us to send FEMA there. They don't want to be part of America.
They're begging for the FEMA camps.
They are. They're begging for military occupation.
I even saw FEMA camps. It's so in your face. I even saw FEMA camps in the new Star Wars Rogue One movie. And when they're showing you the making of the Death Star, that's exactly what the Death Star is. I mean, they could blow up planets. Well, the military, the U.S. military, has the ability to control the weather. That's like blowing up a planet. I mean, they'll put a freaking hurricane over your country, earthquake to hit you like in Mexico, and I mean, that's literally like a earth-ending event.
It's still like boggling my mind how they're hungry. Yes, they were hit by storms, but they don't have fishing rods. There's no fish on the island. They can't fish. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm not saying that, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's go back to, like, primitive times, and I think it's weird that they're not fishing or, or things that they aren't, like, picking grapes that are surviving, and vegetables.
What I think is weird is that asshole Anthony Bourdain got to go to Puerto Rico right before it was blown away.
Yeah.
So he had the heads up. It seems like
Sandler.
The weather people, that's right, Adam Sandler was there too, filming a movie before it went to shit. All the weather people knew that something big was coming in advance. I don't know.
Yeah, they have these really crazy...
Only God can help us.
...machines, and, they have Arecibo, Puerto Rico, I've been saying for years, is one of the harp right in Arecibo. And there was a lot of destruction there. I've been saying it for fucking 2007. 10 years I've been talking about Arecibo. So I really, just been waiting for that shit to happen, in a way. I've told friends, I've said, be careful with Puerto Rico. And I just got like an intuition about it because why else would they have a harp there? It's because it's a military operation. They want to be able to fuck with that.
But then they got the radar. They got the radar microwave weapons just sitting out there in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle, the SBX-1. They're using that. I mean, they're not able to steer the hurricanes with HAARP. They use it to heat up the ionosphere and then create the settings for the hurricane. And then with the SBX-1 of the radar weapons, the directed energy weapons, they're able to steer the hurricanes as they please. They're able to influence the weather and kind of direct it a little bit. They don't create it.
Right.
They influence it and direct it. I mean, this is evil. I mean, it's like we're fighting the Empire from Star Wars. I mean, literally, can you stand up to the Death Star? No, you cannot. And they have a Death Star.
Well, if I was... Yeah, it's very scary right now. I would just...
Yeah, you know what's even scarier? The fact you have the Democrats wanting to replace the national anthem with dead Kennedys, literally. But they want to replace kill the poor. They want to just replace it with kill the Trump. It's like kill the Trump. Kill the Trump. That's what they want. That's what they all sound like. It's like a 24-hour reel of kill the Trump played by the dead Kennedys. And you have all these millionaire football players flinging their boogers at the American people. And meanwhile, Trump's like also adding to the madness himself with declarations of war on Twitter. This NFL thing is a big psyop. Okay, just to get people distracted and confused what's going on. I mean, what's happening to Americans in Houston, what's happening to Americans that are stranded in Puerto Rico. I mean, the bodies that are like in this river of Hades now, just floating out to sea to be eaten by sharks, and blacks being kidnapped by FEMA, put into FEMA camps. I mean, this is scary shit.
Yeah, I certainly, if I was Puerto Rican, I would be off that island because you would have your rights as an American on the mainland. But on that island, you're one big fucking rat experiment, and you're stupid to stay there. I mean, I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. I mean, I don't know how they could sell that property, though. That's the thing, is that they're fucked. They're fucked.
They're fuckity fucks. We're all fucked, okay? Weather weapons are going to kill us. Bisexuals are going to kill us. Transgenders are going to kill us. I mean, and if you say anything negative about it, you're a bigot. They will go up to you and punch you in the face. What? You hate transgenders? Take that, you bigot! I would like them to try to punch me in the face. Well, you try to get tough with me because I allow you to. Because I think it's sexy. But seriously, we have trannies punching us in the face. Michelle Obama yelling at the women that she's going to punch them in the face for voting for Trump.
Yeah. I have a song called Do You Think I'm Sexy? You should buy it. You should look at it on YouTube.
Yeah,
really
well, awesome. How you could come to that statement after I just mentioned Michelle Obama. I mean, no one thinks she's sexy.
But you know what? I had a lot of trannies that used to tell me that they would perform.
So that's why you're saying that.
Perform my song. Do you think I'm sexy?
So no wonder Alex Jones on the side was like, trolling you, calling you a tranny.
But it's not me that was a tranny. They were trannies.
Well, I know that. I know. Trust me.
They were trannies. There was a whole subculture of trannies that would go to clubs. I think there's in Detroit and a few places. I heard they were performing it in nightclubs.
You know what?
My song.
You know what? It's so gross. They're using these transgender bathrooms as sex pit stops. The gay boys are going in there in pajamas, all button up pajamas with Hillary's face on it, and doing something strange for a piece of change in the transgender bathroom. That's what they're doing. Anyway, folks, the 2-month mark of the FBI saying that they're going to kill Trump is approaching. Do you know that? FBI, all sorts of people say, he won't last 2 months. Well, it's getting close to 2 months where they said that. And guess what else is around the corner? The anniversary of Kennedy getting shot in the head, too. The 50-something anniversary. Yeah, whatever. You don't know what happened. It could be some Mandela effect. Maybe they teleported JFK and then they replaced his head with a watermelon and nobody noticed. Nobody noticed, but I tell you who notices. I notice every time Jaja's over here lighting the fucking weed by my mic. It's annoying. Can't you just roll a blunt? I think people want to hear a little click of your lighter all the time. It's not signature. It's not like Rush Limbaugh rustling paper.
I got a song called More Chiba, and you should look it up and buy it. It's on YouTube. It's called Jaja More Chiba.
Is that the reason you come over here, to try to fart and train wreck my show and then promote your rap music?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, rap.
Your degenerate rap music, but because of rap music, we're in this downward spiral of society. But your music's not degenerate. Your music's actually good. When I said degenerate rap music, I was thinking about Kanye West. That was I saw his face when I said it. I didn't equate you to it.
Mm-hmm.
No, really. You know what? You know the thing about Kanye West? He when he takes his kid to go visit grandma, he's gonna take his kid to go visit grandma and Tranpa. That's funny, right? Grandma and Tranpa. Wow, what a progressive fucking dipshit. Anyway, folks, you've been listening to El Bruce Montalvo Show and Jaja. Say hello, Jaja.
Hi.
Hi. You know, for someone that has a forum and a mic to speak to millions of people with, you sound like you're like slamming H through your foot or something. You're not doing that, right? No, you're smoking weed with me. You know, what I'm trying to tell you is get, just hi. Just say, what did Tony Robbins tell Beavis? He said, say your name loud and proud.
I guess I was told to say shut up so many times today that I'm sort of defeated, I was trying to talk about Puerto Rico and Organite, and I got attitude, so why should I say anything?
You're purposely trying to destroy the show.
No.
Right? She is. She's a Zionist shill trying to destroy this show. It's okay, because I might be one too.
Tonight is Yom Kippur, and I should.
We're all Zionists tonight.
Yes, I should be praying and fasting, and should not
you
be
are
on the
fasting.
radio.
I should be eating nachos and watching the NFL, but I'm not going to watch the NFL, so I'm just going to go eat nachos instead.
Ew, what's his name? Fareed Zakaria? He looks sick.
You know what he looks like? He looks like a turd that should be flushed down the toilet. That's what Zakaria. Look at that. Look at that turd face. Every face on CNN is that of a turd. They're just turds in suits. I mean, they smell as bad as the guy that went into the grocery store with the shit and newspaper stuck between his ass.
The Puerto Ricans are really suffering, Bruce,
They're speaking of smelling like shit, yes, Puerto Ricans, they're suffering. Yes.
And I don't know, like you said, hiatus, and then Haiti's right next door.
They're suffering too.
America's, but we don't have anything to do with Haiti. That's
the end of the world, basically, Nibiru took a big piss on Puerto Rico, the South Florida, earthquakes in Mexico, the Barbuda, and it doesn't matter if it's man-manipulated weather. We are literally doing a spell using the elements of the earth to conjure up these demons, these weather demons, these invisible monsters that have destroyed and killed so many people in this month.
The person using whatever machine they're using to guide house by house, to water, to town by town, to rip up certain neighborhoods is a psychotic fuckhead and should suffer the tortures and guilt of every pain of
that evil being that you're referring to, that people just want to call Satan or the devil or the dark force, he doesn't give a shit, or she doesn't give a shit, or it doesn't give a shit. It's like Michelle Obama. You think it gives a shit? No, it's going to keep doing what it does, flopping its wiener for everybody to see. That's how evil this thing is. It doesn't give a damn about you, about me. I mean, this is worse than the Wizard of Oz and the person, behind the little machine with the face. It's much worse than that.
What is the term of being underwater in the bank? And that's what happened with Puerto Rico. I mean, if they're monetarily underwater, and they just decided to float the island. And it's so sick how the water's still there. And
not just that, but look, every time they got to take a dump in Puerto Rico, they need water to flush it down the toilet with. None of the pipes are working over there. So literally, they have floating bodies, floating turds, floating crap, floating everything, floating around in what was once Puerto Rico. I wanted to go to Punta Cana. I had homies
Dominican Republic
that go there.
That's not Puerto Rico. That's Dominican Republic.
Well, whatever. I wanted to go somewhere around there. I wanted to go to Puerto Rico or Punta Cana. All this stuff got fucked up.
Yeah, it did.
I
never went to Italy. So, I mean, whatever. That's the way... It's kind of... I was in Jamaica once, and it was hardcore. You know what I'm saying? They caught me with 5 seeds in my pocket. Motherfucking...
Seeds of what?
Weed. And they...
You had weed seeds in your pocket?
Weed seeds in my pocket.
I figured they would let you off, man. The Jamaican. What the fuck happened?
No, it wasn't the Jamaicans. It was some white fucking border patrol nigga. And they almost had me in the room with spraying me to just catch anything else. They wanted to get me in
I just
trouble.
wanted to harass you because you're sexy and stuff.
So I was like, yo, I don't even know where these came from.
Did they strip search you?
They were about to, and they didn't find anything anywhere else. So it was just like 5 C's. But then he threatened me. And
were they going to give you a cavity search?
Yeah, they're about to. And
my God.
But I didn't. I didn't because I told them. I was like, no, I was just vacationing, and I just had them because somebody wanted to throw them out. I didn't take anything. So they saw that there wasn't really anything else, but a little bit of shake somewhere. And then they go, all right, just you're a school teacher. At the time I was subbing, so they said, if you tell this teaches students that weed is bad, then we'll let you through. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's bad. I'm going to tell them it's bad. Don't worry. Thank you, bye.
I don't understand why that was even said to you in the first place, because you're like going back to America. So, I mean, what are you telling a bunch of American kids not to smoke weed have anything to do with their country?
It wasn't their country at that time when I was entering the border control of America, or it was international.
Oh, you were entering their country with seeds.
I was leaving.
So why do they? So why do they want you to tell the kids in America that weed's bad if you're leaving? If you're leaving Jamaican.
You don't understand. I was going to the border, and it was American Border Patrol.
Oh, I see. It was the Americans telling you to tell the kiddies that weed is bad. See, that makes sense.
Yes.
I thought it was a bunch of Jamaicans who said, "Oh, you make sure you tell people that weed is bad when you leave." That's why I was like, "Wow, they're really stupid. They're just as stupid as the NFL, NBA players."
Very annoying. Let me tell you, Jamaica is annoying. It's pretty, but whatever. You go to see a couple of waterfalls. We have waterfalls all over this country. Just fucking go to our waterfalls. You know what I'm saying? Explore America. I'm sure there's plenty of waterfalls there, and there's nice beaches here too.
That's what you got to do. You got to go out, take the kids, go out camping. You thought you could take the kids out to the baseball game, and maybe you still can to baseball, but football, forget about it. The government has been paying for sports propaganda and paying for these idiots to go out there in football and put their hand over their chest and all that crap. I remember back in 2009, the players, and before that, for the longest time, the players would be in the locker room, and then people would be singing the anthem, the flag would be brought out, and then they leave, and then the players come out. So now they're using this whole thing, like I said, as a political football to help you forget how many people just fucking died this month of September. After the eclipse, it was like a mass human sacrifice to the gods.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in Bangladesh and Mexico, and a lot of people died. It was really fucked up.
Well, maybe Trump's fucking with their be patriotic money, right? Or maybe he's not at all. They just told these dumbasses in the NFL he might pinch their money to make them make propaganda, even more propaganda.
Yeah,
for the
they
state.
probably lied to him in the first place.
They're already retards. You send a reporter out there with big tits to interview him. What are you protesting, Mr. Linebacker? I don't know. The coach isn't right here at the time. Meanwhile, he's holding his freaking his results to his concussions. We're surrounded by Riris.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it again, Riris. Kind of rhymes with wee-wee.
Well, when you have a whole basketball team that's a Muslim Brotherhood.
Oh yeah, Muslim Brotherhood football teams, NFL teams.
It's very easy to control them. Not the baseball players so much, but the NFL players. A lot of these niggas is just. And I don't mean like niggas is black and stuff.
God.
But I just because I always say that anyway. So
yes.
Whatever.
All these niggas are a bunch of triggered fucking snowflakes. Yeah. Period. End of story.
The Muslim Brotherhood. They are controlled. They are a controlled, idiotic paradigm.
They probably support magazines like National Geographic, putting out child trannies, like a child tranny issue. It's like, oh, what's up, bro? What do you got against child trannies? I should tackle you.
Black and brown people, and you're brown too. You were saying because your nipples are brown.
Well, that's the only brown thing about me are my nipples. I'm on air talking about my nipples. What have you done to me? I used to be a serious talk show host.
What was that?
Anyway, they keep bitching and complaining and moaning that Trump's racist, blah, blah, blah. Hillary won't shut her fucking mouth. She called blacks super predators. I'm going to say it again. She called black people super predators and made fun of them and said that she's just like them. She puts hot sauce on her fried chicken.
Well, listen, there's all kinds of people. There's classy people and there's scumbags. And I've seen scumbag white people. I've seen scumbag black people. It's just whatever you're proliferating. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see black people excel. I always did. I always want to see Latino people excel. I always like it when they're well spoken and well dressed and have their own thoughts and not be programmed. So there's nothing wrong with being different. Some people are always different. Everybody's different. I'm Jewish. Everybody's a fucking different than a Reich, I mean, if you were Lebensborn, then then anything else, you're fucked. You're fucked, or royalty. Then, if you're not one of the others, then you're fucking fucked. So,
you're a plebe if you're not one of them.
If you're,
and you're all subject to be euthanized and executed under eugenics.
And then there are black people that are like royalty also, black nobility. So they're like...
They're all a bunch of dentists.
Uh-huh.
That's what they are, just a bunch of dentists. Anyway, before we go, we were watching South Park. Wasn't the new South Park funny?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what did you think of Cartman rapping, like Eminem, rapping about suicide?
Well, I think Eminem raps a whole lot better than Cartman, so
I don't know. Cartman's pretty good. Cartman was pretty good.
I gotta hear it again to see if M had anything to do with it.
And what did you think about how everybody was so obsessed, like, with Trump's tweets that they were running over babies and killing kids?
Well, I'm sure they have plenty of deaths on their hands from people being distracted.
And they're not just killing Kenny, they're like killing all sorts of kids and they're distracted by Trump's tweets in that South Park episode. But what really blew my mind was the fact that Clyde and Tweek are gay in South Park now.
Ah! It's not for kids.
Tweek.
It's not for kids.
Hey, you guys, seriously, you guys. That's my Cartman impersonation. No, it's not for kids, but your nephews, Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Jewy, all watch it. What? That's what? I love them. Why are you looking at me like I'm David Duke? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm part of you're going to call the ADL now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I only bought the dude like 3 freaking like Mega Men today, all right? Now you're going to call my remarks anti-Semitic. Yeah?
Well, I'm just going to call you a little daughter from...
a boogery-faced liar, yes. I've called her worse things.
Like a little Indian freaking Padawan.
Why don't you just call her a little Indian in the cupboard? Because her mother thinks she's like fucking part of some Cherokee tribe that sprouted from the fucking desert. But none of these stupid Indians have any title to any land. They're lucky they have any casinos because they did not sprout from the desert flower, contrary to popular belief.
I disagree with them begging for money to try to get an American education. I think these people should have their...
You're a bunch of phonies!
They should have their
You're
own
phony!
schools. They should have their own schools, and they have enough techniques. They know how to farm. They know how to make jewelry. They can teach us how to make jewelry. I mean, they could teach themselves how to make jewelry. I think that they have enough skills, just like every other human being. They should just figure out something, learn how to make furniture, learn how to make clothes. They always did that before, just excel, get like your hide, your Indian hide and make hide skirts. And
I have an Indian name. It's a running horse that drinks beer from the water fountain.
It's very cute. But don't you think that that America would embrace products made by Indian people? Like they did at one point, like the moccasins, and then they made the beaded bags, necklaces. But then also, if they expanded, and had like some fashion designer and had them make these beautiful like rockabilly kind of vests or jackets and skirts and outfits or beautiful whatever they used to wear, customary.
Oh yeah, all that turquoise stuff they made,
and that
all
too,
that stuff.
you know, that's what I'm saying. That's
Just start making things, you stupid
make their own
Indians.
things, but they that's been stripped
You
from them. They
stupid,
don't
greedy
think.
bastards.
And they want to come and then bank more of one of these 12 rich American families out. So it's just stupid. We cling on the American, the 12 rich, the conglomerate, the corporation of what makes America, these rich people. And meanwhile, you're not striving to your own best ability.
No, we're all being taken over by all the corporations. I mean, believe it or not, every NFL team is a corporation.
Yep.
And now they're part of the greater corporation. I mean, when you see the American flag, it's like, oh, they're disrespecting the American flag. It's all a big ruse. The American flag that you see before you today with the gold trim represents a corporation's flag. So that's where we have a corporate takeover of America, and the media is running with it like a bloodbath, and they're just waiting for this 2-month mark where they said they were going to kill Trump. And it's steadfast approaching, steadfast, and we still dealing with. You got your coffee cup right there. I'm going to do a Greek dance with it. We're still waiting for whatever the Dark Knight, in North Korea is going to do from Monty Python. He's standing there with one leg. I mean, literally like that's only a flesh wound. That's what you're fighting with Kim Jong-un or whatever replicant, DARPA, clone, reptilian in a fat suit we're dealing with, run by the CIA in North Korea. I don't think Kim Jong-un is really alive. I think they neutralized him a long time ago. I think I say it in every episode I have now. And that's what we have. We're literally dealing with the flesh wound guy from Monty Python. That's what Kim Jong-un is.
Yeah. I don't really believe that Kim Jong-un is whatever he is, I think he's just he's either a dark, it's like a dark hologram, like of a man.
How about all those body doubles?
Yeah. And they're either who are they controlled by, Bruce? Are they controlled by China or America?
I think China. I think China's holding North Korea over our heads. Oh, you fucking owe us a lot of money. We got to fucking use Kim Jong-un to kill you, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's what's going on, and there's this whole idiot movement in Hollywood that's going on. It's the Freeman effect. Morgan Freeman effect. Everybody's now, Russia. I think Steven Seagal has to go and snap everybody's neck who is spouting this Russia bullshit. You just go there and snap that freaking neck.
They can make Morgan Freeman, a.k.a. Jimi Hendrix, say anything.
He's influencing everybody. Now Schindler's Fist, or Schindler's List, is going out there and saying, the actor Liam Neeson, I hate guns, and Trump is bad. And so Russia had everything to do with everything that's bad in the world. I mean, are you serious, bro? I mean, I don't like Vladimir Putin because he liked Castro and he was like KGB, but I don't hate the guy either. I mean, there are much worse tyrants than Vladimir Putin. I think he's kind of cool. He's like got this Napoleon complex, but he's like doing Taekwondo. He's like a Russian ninja and stuff. I mean, I don't hate Vladimir Putin. I mean, it doesn't mean I want to be riding a horse shirtless with him either. Vladimir Putin, right? There's worse. What I'm saying is there's worse people than Vladimir Putin. Like George Soros is much worse than Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, and
or Henry Kissinger.
I figured George Soros out too. His father was a Hungarian lawyer.
This is your theory, right?
Because, no, that's on the books.
Okay.
And his mother is omnipotent.
Getting ready for a theory here, but go on.
Well, just look at his face. He's fucking... And you just got to ask, how does a man that rich not get taken?
Because he posed as a Christian and gave up Jews to the Nazis, okay? And his family literally is a Nazi Michelin family, and he's given power, and he's now propagating his evil like David Rockefeller. He's one of these NWO frontmen. One of the top NWO frontmen. And guys like that are much more evil than any Vladimir Putin, period.
The monarch had a lot of kids, okay? One of them being, he looks to me like a lot of King Edward VIII. And out of King Edward VIII, there was like 9 other brothers and sisters, and the wife.
This is George Soros you're talking about?
And I'm talking about the missing George Soros' mother was one of those monarch kids, was the brother, because he looks just like King Edward VIII. So he must be of royalty.
Oh, why is he so powerful? He not must be. He is somebody. So he's not must be.
Look at how he wears his clothes. Listen, I could see. I looked at all the pictures when he was young, middle-aged. His whole demeanor, and actually when he was really young, he looked exactly like King Edward VIII's son. But I don't think it is, because I think his father is who it is. But his mother,
are all Nazi, Illuminati, bloodlines, monarchy. Now you could spend your whole life trying to like pull faces out of a hat. It's very simple. They're all a bunch of inbred fucking monkeys.
But it's not just
and they all rule you. Yes. And that's that. I got 2 minutes. I don't have time for Well, you
brought Soros up, and I wanted to say that there's a reason why this man is so powerful. And there's also the nigga from Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, who's a fake Jew. All these people, fake Jews, okay, they're monarchs. They also go back to the Ottoman Khazarian Empire, which were a bunch of judges that had to do with the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims. They all kind of ran everything.
No, the Russian Khazars.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's it. Have a good Shana Tova and good fast, whatever you're doing. I shouldn't even be doing this, so.
Oh, yeah, because you're so religious.
Yeah,
really. Shut up. Look, we're going to go worship Saturn and,
talk about how bad we sing.
Shana Tova. And all hail El and Elohim, and let's just pray to Ouroboros that he doesn't keep taking any more fucking people from this planet, because he's killing a whole bunch of goddamn people. And please help me, gods, from not drop kicking Jaja.
And I read the law that if you are Puerto Rican, get off the island. You'll have more rights as an American. You'll be recognized as an American citizen if you're on the mainland or in any other of our states. But that country, that place, Puerto Rico, Borican, is not going to be recognized with any of our constitutional rights.
Ya no existe. It does not exist anymore.
No.
Puerto Rico has been wiped off the map, courtesy of the New World Order. And with that, folks, we're out of time. Oh, man, you heard me wrestling with my wife. When don't I? Oh, you don't want to see how I really wrestle with her. Or maybe you do, you fucking perverts. Anyway, I love you all. Kind of, sort of. Not really. Yeah, I do. See you later.
You're listening to MBN Montalvo Broadcasting Network.